Happy Kids TV.
The Holy Tales.
So, today I'm going to tell you the story of James, the Elder.
The Elder? That was his name?
Well, no, but that's what he was mostly known as.
But why?
Let us listen to the story and we shall find out the reason soon. One of Jesus' 12 disciples was James the Elder. James was the son of a man called Zebedee, and he was also the brother of John, one of Jesus' disciples. John and James were very close to one another as brothers, and they were almost inseparable. James was a fisherman, and he lived with his family in Bethsaida, Capernaum, and then in Jerusalem. James went all around Jerusalem and Judea, preaching Jesus' teachings, where he was beheaded by King Herod in AD 44. However, the New Testament of the Bible tells us very little about the life of James, apart from when it mentions about his brother John. James was always known for being courageous and forgiving. He was never jealous of anyone or any of the disciples of Jesus. He had completely surrendered his faith and life to Jesus as a follower and as a disciple. However, most of his life he lived in the shadow of his brother John. Like all the other disciples, he too had his own apostolic sign, which was 3 shells, representing him as a pilgrim off the sea.
Oh, he was the elder brother of John, and that is why he was known as James the Elder.
Yes, that is right. Hope you children have enjoyed the story.
Of course we have. We always do.
The Holy Tales.
Today, I'm going to tell you a story about the disciple called Jude.
Nice! Come on, Holy. Go on with the story.
Jude was another disciple of Jesus, who was also known as Thaddeus or Livius. He was born to a man called Cleophas and his wife Mary. He was also the younger brother of James, the younger, and lived with his family in Galilee. Jude preached in places like Assyria and Persia, and finally died a martyr in Persia. Jude is often known as the man with 3 names by many scholars, and in the Bible, he is often referred to as Judas the Zealot. Jude was very intense as a person and had very strong feelings about his own nation, and he wanted the world to know about Jesus, not as a savior, but as a king. At the Last Supper, he asked Jesus,
Lord, why do you want to reveal yourself to us and not the people?
To his question, Jesus had explained to him how the way of love is much greater than the way of power. The way of love brought people closer to one another. Jude went to different places to preach about the Gospels. He even went to Edessa, near the Euphrates River, to preach. Wherever he went, he healed many people, and many of them soon became followers of Jesus, in the name of the Master. Jude was killed with arrows at Ararat when he was traveling on a ship to other places from Edessa to preach. His chosen apostolic symbol was the ship, because he was a missionary thought to be a fisherman.
The Holy Tales.
Today I'll tell you the story of Peter.
Peter? The one who denied Jesus?
Yes, come on, let's hear his story. Simon Peter was the son of Jonas, the fisherman. He lived in Bethsaida and Capernaum and grew up to become a fisherman just like his father. He is known for doing massive missionary work and for going as far as Babylon to spread Jesus' words to the people. In the latter years of his life, he also wrote down 2 epistles of the New Testament. In all apostolic lists all over the world, Peter's name is mentioned first. However, he had many different names in other languages also. Peter's Greek name was Simon, and his Hebrew name was Cephas, which both meant rock. Peter lived in Capernaum with his wife, and every time Jesus went there, he would make Peter's home his headquarters. Peter was a Galilean too, like almost all the other disciples of Jesus. Among the 12 disciples, Peter was the leader. He was known to be the spokesman for all the 12 apostles. Peter always asked the most difficult and challenging questions to Jesus. It was Peter who asked how often one must forgive. He also wanted to know about the rewards of following Jesus. He was the one who confessed and declared that Jesus was the Son of the living God. Yet, it was he who denied Jesus before a maiden. Peter had many faults, but his saving grace was his loving heart. When it was decided that Peter was to be martyred on a cross, he requested to be crucified with his head downward, as he believed he was not worthy of dying the same way as his Lord had died. And hence, his apostolic symbol is a cross upside down with crossed keys. So, did you enjoy the story?
Yes, we did.
It was a nice story indeed.
Great! Now off you go, children. It's nap time.
All right, Holy. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. To watch more videos, please subscribe.
Plants and trees. On the 4th day, God created the sun to shine in the day, the moon and stars to come out at night. One day, Moses went to Mount Horeb with his sheep. There, God appeared to him as a flame of fire in a bush. Since there was no room anywhere else, they decided to spend the night in a stable. Here, Mary had her baby, Jesus. She wrapped him in a blanket and put him to sleep.
He's got the whole